Hi guys, it is the day before Halloween and I am here with part 2 of my massive book haul. So there's a lot of books to get through in this part, so let's get started. First is The 7 Songs of Merlin by T.A. Barron. And the cashier at Half Price Books said that this is the series that J.K. Rowling got a lot of her inspiration for the Harry Potter series. So it'd be really interesting to read this and then read Harry Potter as well and see if I can find any similarities in within these two series. So yeah, I look forward to checking this out. Next one is Witches of East End by Melissa De La Cruz, best known for the Blue Blood series. This book sounds really, really amazing, and I'm not sure if this is a standalone. No, it's not. This is part of the Beauchamp's family series. Not sure how you pronounce that, but yeah. This should be a really quick read, and I look forward to checking out the rest of the books in this series. So, yeah. Next is Dark Life by Cat Falls, which I think is again part of a series. This sounds like a underwater dystopia series, so it sounds awesome, and I look forward to picking up the rest of the books in this as well. Next is another part of another book in a series. That's Icefire by Chris DeLacy. My brother's read this and he said it was really, really awesome. And I like how the cover is really shiny. I'm not sure how well you can see it, but the scales and up here and stuff is really shiny and it's silver. But yeah, I look forward to checking this out and also picking up the rest of the books in this as well. Next is Dragon Rider by Cornelia Funk. Again, this looks really, really good. And this is just a standalone book. I'm used to buying a lot of series, so to purchase standalones is like a rare thing. But yeah, and this looks really, really awesome. And there's little pictures at the beginning of each chapter, which I think is really cool. I love little illustrations like that, so I think that's awesome. And at the there's a little map there, and there's a little map on the front as well. So I think those are really nice touches to add to this book. I look forward to picking it up. Next is Tantalized by Cynthia Lettish Smith. This sounds really, really good. It's like a dark fantasy book, and I'm not too crazy with the cover. It's like the cliche girl on the cover, as most of my books are, but it's decent. So yeah, I look forward to checking that out regardless of how the cover looks. Next is Stoneheart by Charlie Fletcher. This is part of the Stoneheart trilogy. It's book 1. I know the cover is a little bit torn up, but it was only 50 cents or $1, so it doesn't bother me too much, because even it continues to be a little worn on the back as well. But it's readable, so it doesn't matter how worn the cover is, as long as I can read it. And it looks amazing, and this cover is a really gorgeous green. Green is my favorite color, so naturally I really enjoy this cover. And next is a pretty popular book, and that is Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys. I think that's how you say it. I love this cover. That is one reason why I picked it up. And the other reason is because it is really popular and everyone says this is really, really good. So I look forward to checking it out, and it's even got gorgeous back as well. And on the inside here is really pretty too. So I look forward to checking this out. Next is Mr. Shakespeare by Karen Harper. And this is about Anne Whately, who was with William Shakespeare before he was with Anne Hathaway. So I look forward to seeing Anne Whately's side of the story, as I read Anne Hathaway's side of the story in Loving Will Shakespeare, which was really good. So I hope this is really good as well. And then the next is, continuing with the Shakespearean theme, Juliet by Anne Fortier. Not too sure how to pronounce that, but this is like a modern day take off it's like a spin off of Romeo and Juliet, where it's Juliet's younger ancestor, and basically it's kind of like she's going through the same thing that her ancestor, the famous Julieta, went through, finding her Romeo and stuff. So it looks really interesting. It sounds really interesting. So I look forward to checking this out. Next is Roses and Bones by Francesca Lia Block, and this is a collection of 3 books, each with different styles, and it is a dark fantasy. There's poetry, there's the last one is like a novel, and then the first 2 were like poems. So they sound really, really awesome. Yeah, I look forward to checking that out. Next one is, again, a pretty popular one, and that is Rampant by Diana Peter Fund. And this is about killer unicorns. I have not read a unicorn book yet, so this looks awesome. Next is Arthur Book 1, The Seeing Stone by Kevin Crossley Holland. Looks really, really good. This is about King Arthur before he became King Arthur. Kind of like leading up to him becoming King Arthur. The next 2 are part of a series, and it is the Skinned series, I want to say. I don't know. But Skinned and Crashed by Robin Wasserman. These books look awesome. I honestly like this cover a little bit better than this one, but yeah, they look awesome. And the next one is Between Two Kingdoms by Joe Boyd, and I love this cover. It's like a tiny little book, and really, really gorgeous cover. It's like a fantasy novel. That takes place between 2 different kingdoms, and it sounds awesome. Next, I have Nightrise by Anthony Horowitz, and this is the 3rd book in the Ravensgate series. So now I finally have this entire series and look forward to continuing it. I read the first 2 books, now I can read this one and the last one, which is Necropolis. So this series is really awesome. It's like action. It's like an action-packed series. The next one is Lies by Michael Grant, which is book 3 in the Gone series. I know I don't have book 2 yet, but hopefully I'm getting that for my birthday, which is in a couple weeks, so we'll see. So yeah, I love this series. Book 1 was amazing, and honestly, one of the best books I read this year. So to continue on with this series is just going to be amazing, and I love these covers too. Next is The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold. I've actually already read this. I read my mom's version of it, my mom's copy of it rather. So, but I had to pick up my own copy because I absolutely love this book. I'm sad that it's not the pretty hardcover edition, but oh well, I'm not going to complain. This was like a quarter at a yard sale. So yeah, I have it now. Yeah, next, there's only a few more left. Next is Dear John by Nicholas Sparks. I love the movie, so I wanted to check out the book, see if I like this as well. I love Channing Tatum, so this is one time where I'm not complaining about a movie cover. Next is Nobody's Princess by Esther Frissner. Yeah, this is about a princess and her kind of like journey thing because she doesn't want to be like a typical princess. And this is part of a series. That's the second book on the back there. But this looks really interesting, so I look forward to reading it. Next is Lost Voices by Sarah Porter. This is a gorgeous cover. It's a mermaid book, and I haven't read a mermaid book either, so look forward to checking this out. Next is The Black Tattoo by Sam and Doven something. Yeah. And the thing that's really cool about this cover is that you can take it off and it's like a giant poster, which is awesome. So I look forward to checking this out. Next is The Fallen by Thomas E. Snigowski. And honestly, the reason I picked this up is because it has Paul Wesley on the cover. He plays Stefan Salvatore in the Vampire Diaries. And apparently he was in the movie version of this book, so I look forward to checking this out. Next is Splendor by Anna Godberson, and this is the last book in the Lux series. The reason I have it is because my mom accidentally bought multiple copies of this book, so she gave me this one. So I think these covers are really pretty with the dress. And lastly in this part is Water for Elephants by Sarah Gruen. Just take Robert Pattinson off of that and it would be more awesome. But I look forward to checking this out. I wanted to see the movie. I haven't yet, but it looks really good, so I look forward to checking this out. That is it for part 2 of this haul. So until next time, bye and happy Halloween.